for all the world to see. A statue of a fool made of stone.
Welcome to the third Saturday in October edition of the Volin' Out Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, here with my guys, Swanee and Billy. How you fellas doing tonight?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
Oh, buddy, this is my favorite week of the year. I'm just damn fine. I'm fine. I'm ready to roll. So, man, I don't know about you guys, but nothing makes me happier than pissing off Alabama fans, and that's what we're here to do tonight. So, what do you guys say? Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Just a reminder to the Bama fans, because I'm sure this will make it across their YouTube. It is October. It's pumpkin, not pumpkin. Okay, let's get that out of the way. PSA. Let's go on.
I did not
into
see
this
that
here
one
just
coming.
a little bit.
That's a
Like a
new one
blind
for
hooker.
me. That one got me.
Like a blind hooker. Didn't see it coming. All right, boys. Let's talk a little series history, though. It's a series that dates all the way back to 1901. Bama leads at all time, 60 to 39. 60 to 39. I'm here. Damn it, boys. Am I back?
Jordy, buddy, you're breaking up
You
on
guys
us.
got me. No, this is not good.
Keep rolling. Serious history. They beat the hell out of us for 100 years. Sometimes we get back at them. Well, there it was. I don't have these figures in front of me. I will say, Billy, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of confident in this game Saturday.
I mean, I told you a long time ago, I mean, this team has made me feel comfortable anyway, man. They're going to be able to compete. You know, I think once we get the wheels oiled a little bit on offense and get a little bit more consistent, I think we'll be okay. I mean, we're just going to do some simple things with the quarterback position to help out, you know, with the receiving core, because, you know, we're short at that position right now. We got to get some confidence again in those guys to be able to, you know, compete with these guys, with Alabama guys. Because Alabama, they're loaded, man. They're good. I mean, I don't care what nobody say. You know, we can't take away the fact that they've had some close games or they lost their team or whatever. It's still Bama, man. This is just like this past weekend. It was Florida, and they took us to the wire. This is another rivalry. It's going to always be that close competition. And the key to this weekend with us is containing the quarterback.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So,
Say
boys,
the reason I'm
I do
confident
want to
is,
run through.
I mean, I know we've not looked. Get there. We'll get there.
Go ahead.
I'm going to get back
Go
to
ahead.
you. But I'm looking forward to it. I feel decent about this game is because we've had struggles the past couple of weeks, but so have they. They have a lot of holes, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Jordan, if you want to go ahead and with a serious history.
No, man. I ran through what matters. They got 60-39 on us. Last trip they made to Neyland, though, we know how that went. So, you know, goalposts in the river and all. That being said, though, you're right about that. They've got problems on the defensive side of the ball. So I think we can. I'm with you on that one. I feel pretty good about it. I mean, how can you not? We've got a good enough defense to keep us in this game and win this game. As long as they do their job and don't let Milroe run wild, we're good.
We've got to address our offensive problems in the next 5 days.
You know, Hype was talking about it today, and he's right. We're so close to being where we all want to be at. I think it starts with the offensive line. They're missing assignments. In certain, the offensive line's good. I think it's pass pro where we're failing, and it's simple stuff that can get cleaned up in a week, but they need to get it cleaned up this week, or Bama will absolutely expose it. It's one of those deals where I will say that I think Nico's quick to get off of his first read and be like, okay, I'm going to hold on to this until I've got somebody come open, or he takes off and runs with it. And, you know, he runs like a damn gazelle, boys. He's quick. He's got long strides. And it's like, if he's going to, you know, one read and run, do it. Don't sit and think about, you know, well, maybe I need to sit back here just a little longer and wait for somebody to come open. Do it. Take off. Make your decision. If that's not where you're going with it, go. because Bama's going to come. Bama's going to bring the heat. They're going to bring the heat.
I think, man, he's having problems seeing the field right now. Because there were several times during that Florida game, the people around me were saying, "Oh, this guy was wide open. This guy was wide open." Whereas I wasn't seeing. I'm looking where he's throwing the ball, but
Well,
I don't
look
know
at
if
that
he's
last play in the
seeing
Arkansas
everything.
game. He or
Quickly
the play
enough,
before
anyway.
the last play in the
I'll tell you,
Arkansas
like,
game.
the thing is, when it comes to quarterback progression, you got to understand is the quarterback sweeps the field, and it's hard to sweep the field coming back again when you got pressure on you. You have so much time to get rid of that ball. So when it comes to progression, he's coming, whether he's going from left to right or right to left. Once he gets right, exactly. So when you're thinking about that guy is open right now, it's too late to see him open. So now you got to either like he's like John said, either take off and run the ball and get what you can, or throw it away. Because he looks lost, like a deer in the headlights when his first two reads are not there. And I know it's because of the pressure, man. It's tough. It's tough when you don't see everything like you normally see it. Because, I mean, he can see the field. He's tall. He can see all of that. But if his guys are not getting open, it's tough. It's tough on him. And
doubt about it. This one's going to be tougher than Florida, for sure. I mean, they've looked bad for 2 weeks, but so have we, and that's just who's going to look Saturday.
Yeah, I think it's like people don't. I mean, I don't think I don't think they look bad, man. It's just the fact that these other teams are playing football with them. There's just never been a time where both sides of the field looked like they was competing against each other. We've been so used to Bama just beating everybody bad. Now, since things have changed, they got kids on both sides of the ball that believe that they can win this game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference in what we've been used to seeing. No one is backing down from Alabama anymore. The team to be backing down from now is Georgia. Alabama is just another SEC school, but Alabama is good. They're loaded.
Yeah. The talent's still there. Talent's still there. I do not have these numbers in front of me like Jordan does. Maybe I should start working on that as far as this goes. Like I don't even know. I think I saw we were underdogs going into Saturday.
We're gonna always be, if we're not underdogs to Alabama, something is not right. I don't care if we were. Let's just say if we was the number 2 team in the country and Bama was number 10. We're still going to be underdogs. Alabama has way more talent than 2-3 schools put together. They're just that loaded. I'm seriously. These guys for so long have had the number 1, 2, 3 recruiting class, and you got 12, 13 5-star kids. That's wild.
Yeah. Like I said, they look very beatable. They look very beatable. We do have to figure out what the hell's going on offense. We've said it all night. We've said it all night that it looks like things that are just not clicking on all cylinders quite yet, but things that are very fixable.
Yeah, I mean it's not too bad. I mean I did watch both games and it's the exact same mistake though that I'm seeing. It's the receivers not getting open, or whenever we do pass, or offensive line is not taking their steps right, or are they getting turned too quick, or are they accepting bull rush and getting beat too quick? That's what we got to stop. And I don't know if we're going to go back to what we did in 22, slide protection. It works. Do it. I mean, I know it's high school, but do it. It works. I'm tired of seeing all the fancy stuff with the guard pools and come all the way out here. No, that's too much. We can't do that. We don't have enough guys to be able to do that right now. They got to change something, man. They got to fix it and do some quick stuff. Some quick passes, quick slants, crossing routes, digs, something. And I know we run the ball, and the run do set up the pass. It helps. But if we're not consistent with the run, and we wasn't this week. I mean, Sam, he did his thing. He earned those yards.
Mhm.
You know, I don't think he'll be able to carry this team by himself if they don't help him.
No. He's been not a star on our offense this year, but he can't just be him. Not in this league. Talked with Jordan about this before on this show, on our last show. Like, you've got to have a deep backfield. Got players back there, but none of them are doing what he's doing, are capable of doing what he's doing. And as far as I could tell,
I want to say Bishop's stepped
welcome
up
back to the
whenever
show,
he's got
Jordan.
the ball. Yeah, sorry, boys. Technical difficulties, but you know what? It's all right. At least we don't kiss our cousins. That being said, Bishop's looked damn good in the times that he's been in and had the ball, and you know it's good to be able to swap them two out because they're similar, but Bishop runs a little bit more up the middle, a little bit more aggressively than DeSamp does, and it's good to have that 1-2 punch. And we're going to have that this week. We're also going to have to get our receivers out in space, like Billy was saying there. You know, quick hitters. And one thing that I'd like to see that I don't feel like we've seen a lot of this year is let's spread them out past the numbers. Spread them out past the numbers out there on the ends, and put those Bama corners on islands and make them have to make that decision on, well, am I going to take this guy or this guy on the switch, and confuse them, because if Vandy we can't lose to the team that Vandy lost to. We can't. It's just not happening. It can't happen. It can, but it shouldn't.
Yeah.
You don't need it to.
You can't have them go into that construction zone and come out with an L, and then come into
Right.
Neyland Stadium and you know, and beat us. That's just, we got to win this one.
Yes,
all there is to it.
like there's a lot to go into this game though. SEC Nation's going to be there. If you guys have touched on this, I apologize. I'm, coming back into it here, but SEC Nation will be there. Bama's got we just talked about it. Bama's got one loss already, but I don't think either one of us would have believed it if you'd have told us it was to Vandy and not Georgia. We've got offensive woes. Bama's got defensive woes. It's going to be who gets those fixed this week that decides it, I think. Kalen DeBoer, it's his first trip to Neyland. Swan, I know you're going to be there. Billy, I'm sure you'll be there too. I'll welcome it. I'll give him a good Southern hospitality Tennessee welcome from my couch this weekend. But let's make it a memorable one for him, and not in a good way.
I saw a clip today on Twitter of him talking about how the noise wasn't going to affect him. Talking about how he used to coach at Washington, so he knows noise.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, was it a quote or was that just bulletin board material?
Both.
I just don't hear a coach like that saying stuff like that, though. Like, the noise. Do he not? I don't think he understands that they lost the last time I was here. And I don't think he would do that. But coaches like him, he always do. Hey, we're going into a hostile environment. There's going to be that's the kind of coach that I hear. But I think that's just trying to get us hyped.
Well, I mean, I watched it come out of his mouth at the podium today.
Oh,
Yeah. He said it. Yeah.
Wow.
So there's something. We'll welcome him nicely.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be loud. So
That's one
3:30
thing
game.
you don't
so
do. It don't matter if we're for whatever on the season. You don't call out Tennessee fans because we don't forget and we keep receipts. That's for damn sure.
3 kickoff, so we got plenty of time to get good and buzzed.
See, that's the best time for games for fans because
Agreed.
the 7:30 games, because you got the 7:30 games or 7 o'clock games, you're waiting too long. It's that energy you already have and you're ready to get out there and showcase it. 3:30 games, and you get on campus by 9:30, 10 o'clock, have the grill smoked and everything, get ready to eat finished food by 1 o'clock, and you ready, you good and filled with nice, good alcohol and everything, and you go in the stadium and you're just to be buck wild.
I was having this
Yes.
same conversation with somebody the other day. 3:30 is the perfect time because people are going to start tailgating at the same time of day, regardless of when the game kicks off.
Yes.
Whether it's a 12 o'clock game or a 7:30 game. By the time 7:30 rolls around, these people are hammered.
Yes.
I got there late Saturday night. I got there about halfway through the first quarter. I got in the stadium. There were people already getting escorted out by KPD. I was like, Jesus, we're in this bad of shape already. But yeah, 3:30. I think you can get. No, it wasn't him. But you got enough time to get a good buzz on and get rowdy.
We've done it before.
And then 3:30 is perfect for players too, man. I used to love the 3:30 games. I hated 12 o'clock games and I hated late games. 3:30 was perfect. Like you get out the field in time to go party later on.
Right. Hey,
and perfect because 7 o'clock games, you're too tired to even think about it. You might cramp up going out to the club at that late.
Hey, and the best part is this year we don't have to listen to Gary and Vern call the game on TV, so that's got to be a plus.
That's even perfect.
That's even better, right? Hopefully, we're going to hear Dixieland Delight at the end of the night. I know I'm going to be I'm going to have my cigar on deck. Bama coming into it favored by 2.5. FPI gives them a 54% chance of coming into Neyland and walking out of there with a win. I'm going to say this. I will say that I'm going to just absolutely dog Bama the whole show just because that's what I do. And I feel like I'm disappointing people if I don't. But they absolutely should be favored by 2.5. Right. And we can't do that. They absolutely should be favored by 2.5, I think, right now, just because they've got that win over Georgia. But that loss to Vandy, man, it still kind of sticks in my craw, and I'm just like, also, how is it they damn near lose 2 in a row? They stay at number 7 in both polls. We win, and they drop us a spot in each one. 2 and 1, actually.
They dropped us 3 spots.
Are
we not 11 in the AP?
Did they?
I think we're 11.
We're 11.
We dropped from 8 to 11.
We're 11. Okay, yeah. Then that one. In the AP, we dropped 3, and then in the coaches poll, I want to say they dropped us either 2 or just 1. I think it may have been just 1. But it's like what do you do? Why?
It's the same old horse shit. It's the same old horse shit.
Yeah.
It's like 2 years ago when the final polls came out. We had the exact same record, and they got a spot ahead of us, even though we had a head-to-head win. It's the same shit. Same shit. We just gotta come out Saturday and show them they were wrong. That's all there is to it. I hate that it's not a top 10 matchup anymore, but it means what it means. It's the biggest game on our schedule.
It is. This
week for sure. I'm kind of the it's the biggest game on the schedule is the one that's coming up.
Right.
Regardless, this is gonna make or break, especially coming off of the Arkansas loss. This one's gonna make or break our SEC title chances and playoff chances.
Yes. Big time.
Here's the thing. You go from what they were talking about during the Florida game. They showed the graphic, like our chances were like 46% of making the playoffs. If we lost that game, it dropped to like 12%. Here's where we're at. We've used our mulligan game against Arkansas. Anybody not named Georgia or Alabama that's left on Tennessee's schedule, we can afford to split those two. But if we lose another game that's not one of those two, we're done. It's done. We will sit at 13 till we rot. It'll piss us all off. Plain and simple. But
we on eggshell right now, man. Like even I said this because they hate us. Yeah. I can see a situation just like they did Florida State last year.
Yeah.
Having the best record and still don't make it to where you supposed to go.
Well, they just proved that we're on eggshells with the AP poll. I don't know how I don't know if the college football playoff is that going to be a committee. I'm not 100% familiar with how it's going to work, but it's probably, I know it's not the same people who are voting on the AP poll. Maybe they see us differently than the AP poll does. Yeah, dropping 3 spots after a win, that proves your point that we can't afford to mess up.
Yep, because what? Who jumped us that was behind us?
I don't know.
Was you or something like that? I don't know.
It
Somebody.
might have been LSU because they beat.
They did put
Right.
LSU up there.
So and my problem with that is, how do you make a team jump in front of a top 10 team when they didn't lose?
Argue that we don't have as big as Ole Miss this year.
Ole Miss is not
Yeah.
as good as everybody think they are, guys.
That might be true, but they are currently ranked higher than anybody we've beaten.
I see Ole Miss losing 2 more games.
Not, and that'll devalue LSU's win over them later, but not now.
Yeah, it won't. I
Right
promise
now,
it won't hurt
it's,
us. It won't help us at all unless we beat Alabama.
Yeah, we've got to do our part. We've got to. There's no questions about that.
At this point in time, all Tennessee can do is worry about who's on the schedule next, win, handle your business. The thing about it is now I'm going to say this after I know I don't know if you're still on the same page, Swan, that you were on last week whenever we talked after the Arkansas game, but Georgia's very beatable, even if it's on the road. Georgia is very beatable. They just gave up 31 points to the worst team in the league, got beat by Alabama. We've got both of those teams on the schedule. We can beat them. They're beatable. They're not untouchable like they were last year. Last year, I don't think there was a question about who was the better team. But this year, it can be done. Tennessee can
I'm going
win.
to save my Georgia takes for later.
But
I'm going to save my Georgia takes for after Saturday. And even then, this one's just so big. This game this weekend is just so important. The fate of our season, for the fate of really our future as a program, honestly. Just like the last time they were here, how that kind of changed the trajectory of where we were going.
Yeah.
This one means just as much, if not more.
Exactly.
Are we?
I would argue
did
this
we really arrive
more.
on the scene? Did we really? Are we here? Are we a player in college football, or did we just get lucky?
Because
this one means more.
I would because after that Alabama game, that game elevated this program back to a national competing program, and after that Alabama win, it elevated every program in our university.
Yeah.
Without that win, you wouldn't have heard anything of how hype all the rest of the sports were.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
That game right there probably was the me personally, I don't play in a lot of big games, but attending that game when they beat Alabama last time, but I have never seen anything like it before in my life.
That is one thing I want to kind of pick your brain on for this one too, because you've played in these games, you've played in the big games. I've always heard back in the day when Florida Week rolled around, coaches were a little tight. And that's just, that comes with it, I'm sure. But what's it like as a player getting ready for that? Like, what are you thinking all week? Like, are you out here like, you know what, I'm going to be loose of this, that, and the other? I know this is a big game, but like, what's it like getting ready for this type of game?
Man. We were always ready to whoop somebody's ass, just be honest with you. We didn't hold anything back. We did what the coaches told us to do. The coach called a play. We couldn't call the play. He tell us to go left. We going left. He tell us to go right. We going right. Now, if they send some bullcrap play in to Al and he knew it ain't going to work, he's going to change it to something that's going to work.
There you go. You don't tell Al Wilson no.
And that's the difference that I continue to tell everybody. And like, even when we get together, we still missing that leader on defense, man. We don't have that guy that just, you feel like, if this guy mess up, he's going to chew you out, get you back right. And after the game, he's going to love you. We still don't see that captain. They name the captains, but we still don't see that captain.
Right. Right. No, I can see
Either side
that.
of the ball.
I would agree with that 100%. You see it, and I think you're going to see it even more, especially on defense now that we don't have Keenan Peely. I think
And so here,
that
think
was a
about this here.
big.
Who is our dog on defense that you can call out right now and say he's a dog?
It would be.
I
It would
mean-
be JPJ.
Where I was going just on his playmaking ability alone, I don't know if he's. I mean, I'm not close enough to it to know if he's like a vocal leader. Gal was,
And the
but
thing is,
other than that,
and the thing is, it don't have to be a vocal leader that I'm talking about. I'm talking about when I say dog, man. I mean his play is gonna let you know what he's gonna do. He's gonna always rise to the occasion. You know, he's gonna always give you that yeah when you didn't think he was gonna have it. You know, and you like I said, I think Ken, me personally, I think was that dog.
so too. But that play against Florida on the goal line, I think he showed us something. Forcing the fumble and recovering it was pretty good.
You know,
There
I
was
mean,
dog. There was some dog in that.
That's we've got him. I just don't think we've seen. To Billy's point, I just don't think we've seen it just yet. Peely was the one dude that looked head and shoulders above everybody else, though. Like that, he was going right to that ball. He knew he wanted to go get the ball, and we don't have him now. Somebody's going to have to. You can replace him physically.
No, what's the name? God, Will Brooks. I love him.
Yeah.
He's a net hunter. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I like right there, man. Those kids like that, those are the ones that remind me of when I played.
Yeah.
Whatever take his head off.
He ain't worried about no CT. He's going to get the ball.
Yes. and on offense, I haven't seen that. Oh, come on, you got to give me 7 more.
Yeah.
I don't think it's happening, Billy.
Our offense, we haven't seen that just, for instance, and it sucks because we don't see it all the time. Last year, we saw the one time where the kid did the blindside thing, got him out the end zone. This year, we saw 2 guys take him out on the sideline and drove him out. We haven't seen any more of that. I haven't seen that nastiness from the offensive line where they don't care. They pancake you. Hey, you need to get me off you. Make the ref get me off you. Like that's the stuff that they're missing, and they're gonna have to get back to that nastiness. Stop trying to be cute. Get nasty.
I'm with you on that because I mean, back in the day when you were playing, man, everybody knew what Tennessee was doing, especially on offense. It was we're gonna come out, we're gonna run the ball down your damn throat, and you're gonna have to stop it. If you don't, we're gonna keep doing it and keep doing it. And keep doing it.
See, that's what I thought we had this year, man. I thought we was going to be able to do that. You know, we run the ball well. And then soon as we want to throw the ball, we can't throw it now. And that's what I'm saying. I want to know what it is. I haven't been to practice in a while. I don't know what it is that is just that missing link that when I went to practice and I saw what they was doing over there, I was like, oh, yeah, these guys are ready. They are ready. But the product that we have put on the field the last 2 weeks haven't been the product that practice.
I want to say too, though, Arkansas, I feel like has, and to an extent, maybe even Oklahoma, but more so Arkansas has sort of laid the blueprint out for how you beat Tennessee this year. Time of possession matters. It always looks the same but usually, even if we're losing time of possession, we're scoring 40 and 45 points. Now we're not. We're having to grit it out. If you keep the ball out of our offense's hands and we can't score, to your point, you got to score to win the game. We can't do it if we're not, moving the ball at a 3.5 yard play clip or whatever. These teams that are coming in and playing us tight, that's what they're doing. I will take, if it means having less rushing yards, I will take averaging 3.3 a carry over, 20 carries and having 175 yards and averaging whatever that would equal out to. You know what I mean? Like give me methodical, give me 3.3 a play. That means I'm moving the chains and I'm keeping the ball. So I think we'll see it this week too. I mean, if DeBoer is the coach they say he is, we'll see it this week. But this is also the same dude that called out a fan base that you don't call out, because we'll bring it. It'll be loud Saturday. And
I look for that decibel record to be broken Saturday.
I could see it. It's an orange out. So I'm wondering, boys, are we going to see the infamous orange helmets this week?
No. You got to go traditional against Bama. I think
You
they've
got
already
to.
stated that. I think that the athletic director, the head coach, everything's on board that you don't do alternates for Florida, Georgia, and Bama.
I would.
No.
I'm down with that.
I like the alternates, but like when it comes to traditional games, let's keep it simple, man.
You know, and I'm going to
Keep it
say
simple.
this too.
Isn't that the
I
reason
wanna
that they're?
see. Go ahead, Swan. Go ahead.
Isn't that why they play this game in mid-October? Because it's the colors of the leaves.
Yep.
Crimson
And I
orange.
want to say this too. Let Bama wear their crimson tops up here. Let them do it. Or the orange and the crimson. Let them do it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let them
That'd
do
be cool, but whatever.
Either way,
I don't
it's
care if we
still
wear pink or purple. Let's beat them.
right. Yeah. Kind of like never mind.
Be loud.
We'll
If any
save
fans
that.
hear this, come in, be loud. Get
Yes,
drunk.
absolutely.
Get as drunk as you
get
possibly
rowdy.
can before 3:30.
Get
And
rowdy.
Get arrested. I don't care. Bring it.
No, don't get arrested, because then they'll say Vollenhouse got to bail us out, and we're not there yet. Next
were
up, though, boys, let's talk
inciting riots.
like Fred Durst at Woodstock. Next up, though, let's talk about some players to watch. Bama offensively, man. Milroe. That offense goes as Milroe goes. Dude is 96 for 132, getting 247 passing a game. He's got 12 touchdowns, but he's thrown 4 picks. So that tells me we're probably going to have plenty of opportunities to get the ball back Saturday.
Sorry, boys.
Running the ball, though, is where he does a lot of his damage. He's got 77 attempts on 319 yards. He gets 4.1 a carry. He's ran for 11 touchdowns. 11 through six games. So that tells me our ends are going to have to be playing wide 9 quite a bit, and somebody needs to be spying that boy every play almost.
I think Billy said it earlier. That's going to be the key to the game, is keeping him contained.
Yes,
because they do a lot of they put the ball in his hands a lot, man. They are depending on him to win the ball game for them. And as you saw, anytime that anybody challenged them is when they got to him, or he can't get outside the pocket.
And yes, and
Because
they do
when
a lot of window
when he-
dressing to do that.
Yeah, because he is very dangerous when he's out the pocket, whether he's running the ball or he's throwing the ball. When he's out that pocket, he does a great job, because anytime he runs out of there, he still can throw it deep. He has a very strong arm.
Yes, and he's accurate. I mean, he's accurate on that deep ball. It's wild. Ryan Williams, though, man, the 17-year-old that we all keep hearing about, that kid is unreal.
We talked about him yet?
I have not
Have
mentioned
we talked about
yet.
him at all?
Not yet. Not that
Not tonight, but just in general.
a little bit.
Is awesome.
He's
I
the
love him.
real deal.
I know where he plays. I hate that he's there, and he's going to be there for a minute. But that kid is going to be unreal on the next level.
Yes,
He's going to be good. He's
yes,
going to be really good.
I look forward to the day he's a pro.
Oh,
right.
yeah. He's going to be.
He's still fun to watch now. He's spectacular. He's 17.
Yeah, and I mean, he looks like a grown.
I think I read
man.
he was a cousin to the Williams twins.
Oh Lord.
Venus and Serena.
Okay, that would explain a lot. Then.
Wow.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice. I mean, especially as a freshman. Wow.
Yeah,
He's gonna be annoying Saturday. I'm certain of it.
yeah. You're gonna
I'll
have
probably hate his guts after that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to know where he's at every play, and but if you watch them, man, they do a lot of window dressing to get Milroe free out of the pocket, this, that, and other. And once he gets out of the pocket, it comes down to being disciplined. The defense is pretty disciplined. I'm glad that we've got guys in the right spot that can contain him. James Pierce Jr. That's one of my. I mean, I think that's one of everybody's players to watch. But just his last 2 games, his stat line is 16 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, a sack and a half, nine pressures, and a pass breakup. Dude's got the dog in him. He's going to have to let it off the chain Saturday.
This weekend is he's going to have a bigger game. He's going to have we need a 3-sack game from him this weekend. We need,
Yes.
and I don't want to say that we need to get Milton out the game somehow, some way.
Don't want to see the man get hurt, just hurt enough to where he's not in the game, and not a factor. Not a factor.
Trying to ankle sprain.
Just long enough to get him out.
I hope he gets diarrhea that day.
Bad biscuits and gravy at the hotel. Nico, though, man, he's 94 for 143 on the year, 203 yards passing per game. He's only thrown 7 touchdown passes. I'm going to say that's underwhelming, but DSamp has picked up the man's slack. On 19 carries a game, he gets 116 and a half yards, and he's got 15 touchdowns on the year. So,
we're halfway through. We got to we got to make sure that we don't run him into the dirt.
Right.
But, he's been impressive.
Something's going to have to give this week, though. Like, Nico, if I'm Alabama, I'm coming in and I'm saying, okay, if I'm going to win this game, Nico's going to have to beat me. But I'm making Nico beat me because he's not really done it this year.
And so, that's the game plan that I'll tell you back when we had an issue with Florida Gator and Peyton. They did everything to make sure Peyton didn't have a successful game. They let us run the ball, but anytime there's going to be a situation where he has to pass it, they're going to give Peyton hell. And that's what I can see them doing this weekend is bringing that NFL type defense where you're not going to let them sit back there and let you beat you with the pass. They're going to bring that extra man off the edge, extra man up the middle to kind of get him out the pocket because, as you know, that's where Nico has not been successful when we got him outside the pocket.
Yes. It's one of them that, like, I'll be honest with you, I really don't know what to expect other than the Alabama section in Neyland Stadium will probably have like 2 last names in the whole thing. But I mean, it's gonna be one of those games where we're gonna have to be on our A game offensively because the defense is good enough to win the game, but they're not gonna do it without some help. Plain and simple.
Well, I mean, our defense is going to have to hold shut down the big plays. I mean, that's how Alabama survives with their offense is big plays. I mean, I haven't seen them just drive the ball down people's throats. Like I've seen them, they'll do a drive and then the next thing you know, it's a 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Milton gets outside the pocket, he throws a 70-yard bomb.
Right.
He gets outside the pocket and he just throws it up and somebody catch a magical pass and they tiptoe in the end zone. It's the big plays that we got to limit this weekend because that's how Bama offense survives.
Well, let's talk about them just a little bit here. They average 40. They're right on par with us as far as what they average a game is, and that's 41.7. So they're right there as far as scoring goes. But the last 2 games, look at them. They're kind of right there with us too. They scored 27 Saturday. They outscored us, and won the game. But they also gave up 25 to a mediocre South Carolina team. Then you look at them a little bit more. They get 263 passing per game, 10.8 yards per attempt, 12 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions on the year. They have been sacked though. This tells you a lot. When you sack them, they've been sacked 12 times, and they've lost 99 yards on those sacks total on the year. So that tells me if you're getting Milroe, you're getting him out of the pocket, and you're getting him when he's back there running around trying to make something happen. That's
how you get to a scrambling quarterback. You got to make him uncomfortable.
Yes.
Anytime he's comfortable, he can keep his feet on the ground and read those reads. It's too easy for him. I'd rather to see him scrambling back there than him, just getting outside the pocket and running or throw it down the field. I'd rather see him sit back there and try to either make a play. Because if we're doing that, we got a better chance to making a sack.
Absolutely. And then rushing, they run for 179 a game, 5 yards an attempt, though. That's worrisome. That's worrisome because if they can find that weak spot in our defense, they'll do work. But the thing about it is, I will say this: if I will take Tennessee's run defense 7 days a week, twice on Sunday. They're pretty stingy defending the run. I think give up 67 yards a game or somewhere in that neighborhood. So I like our chances of having to stop their run. That being said, though, their time of possession kind of mirrors ours. They only keep it for 27 minutes a game. So this game has, I'd almost say bet the over. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those games though where you just kind of, it's got an old school feel to it because back in the day, this was one of those, you throw out the record books, throw out the record. It's two teams lining up. You don't know if you're going to see a game like 2022 or that year we went down there and beat them in 6 overtimes with Casey Clausen, or if you're going to see a game like 2005 and the final score ends up 6-3, 2 field goals win you the game. It's got that kind of feel to it.
Well, I can't wait to see this weekend, man. This should be a very exciting environment. So crowd should be rocking. I think I like our chances in this game, though. I really do. I really do think we win.
I like our shot at it too. It's high time that we're on equal footing with them, and I think we're finally there again, like we used to be. I mean, Tennessee's back. I mean, I'm going to say it, and I'm sure if we end up dropping this game this weekend, people will blast me for saying it, but Tennessee's back where they used to be at. Just gotta, there's still humps to get over, and we're working towards getting over those humps, and I think Hype's done a fantastic job in doing so. So we'll see what happens from there. But oh boys, you guys want to get into do a little pick'em, do some pick'ems here?
Jordan, buddy, we're losing you again.
I think we lost Jordan.
I'll chime in here and say there he was. No, I would like to if you're gonna hang out. We'll see what happens. I'll just chime in and say that we fan base, we gotta stick with the coach and the quarterback for now. Because I mean, that's gonna be the key. Because what Jordan was saying there at the end about us and back and being on par with Alabama and the Georgias of the world, like we have to stay consistent at least at head coach, and then our young quarterback a little time. Clearly, he needs a little. And I'm willing to do that. I know you know that I've been very critical of Joe Milton. And actually last week I told Jordan maybe I needed to rethink how I viewed his season last year after what I saw against Arkansas. But, Nico's still the difference of that being Milton being in college for 6 years versus this being Nico's second year.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as we give him the glory that we're giving him, he's going to take that and run with it. He has to understand that the quarterback position is played the same. I don't care how long you've been playing this game, or you say he's been he was in the system for 6 years.
Well, he was in it for 3.
Okay, and he's in it for 2.
Okay, I mean that's fair, but
he's not a freshman. He was here all summer learning the playbook. He played. He knows the playbook. So he understands these things. The system is not him. He's not the problem. The problem is the receivers and offensive line right now.
Yeah, I'm with you there, 100%.
Joe Milton. It was the receivers and offensive line.
But see, you and I had different opinions of Joe last year. We see it differently because you said earlier that you were going to be hard on Nico because of how hard everybody was on Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Saw it the opposite way. I thought Joe showed a lot of grace last year. So my mentality is Nico's got to get the same treatment. We're in the same book, just a different page, I think.
Well,
as far as that goes.
What I was saying is, why no one is coming with the same energy? Everybody throw the shade at Joe, but they're not throwing the shade at Nico when he's doing the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But I've seen it. I've come across it.
You see what I'm saying?
On the internet. But you're right. You're right. People are not as quick to criticize him. I've seen a bit of it, but it's not nearly what it was with Joe.
No, no, no. Joe he had names. When people give you nicknames,
Yeah.
Overthrow
I mean,
Joe.
if Nico keeps it up, they're coming for him.
no,
You
they
really
won't.
don't even have to change him because he's, the name rhymes already.
I don't think they will. I think they will. They will be quiet about it before they continue about it.
Yeah. Dude, if the way he's playing continues the rest of this season and in the next season, then it's time to be like, okay, maybe we wasted $8 million, but
Well, that's the thing is like I wish people would take that part out of the whole equation and just say, is he good or he sucks? It's
yeah,
not, the money, all that crap like that. It ain't nothing we can do about that.
no, but it's
There's not one.
kind of a part of it. It's kind of a part of it.
Yeah, the fans do not pay for that NIL.
Huh, with those ticket prices?
He don't have nothing to do with those ticket
Talent fee.
prices.
Oh, but it's important
Those businesses are what pays that NIL.
because I'm trying to show Nico some grace for how he's played, it's always like, well, yeah, but we gave him all that money before he even.
We didn't give
Threw the
him a
ball.
dime. The tech companies gave him the money.
I mean, come on, we didn't. I didn't give him anything, but
They won't. You won't see the dime until they do the increase of tickets next year. That's when you can start saying, "Wait,
okay, I'll hold up. But I'm willing to give him a little more time too. But people I've seen that are out on the coach too, and it's like we can't do that. Can't do that at all. Not if we want to. Not if it's up. There's a guy on Twitter now who's I think he writes for the Tennessean out in Nashville, who's talking about wrote an article today about how potentially taking the Oklahoma job. I was like, man, you're just trying to get people riled up, but
it's what they do." So here,
He
I'll
sounds
tell
a
you
lot
what,
like John Adams.
button up our shit as the fan base.
let's say if we had a 5-star player quarterback right now behind Nico, they would be giving Nico names but we don't know who's that guy, so they can't be that with him.
Well, we will soon.
They won't.
Next year we got one, and then another one coming after that. But
It won't. And they'll clean it up. They'll fix it. Once the offensive line get better, the receivers start to do right, everything will be okay. I mean, it's just wish people understood football instead of seeing the stats. Sometimes the stats don't show what the player is or how good the player really is. Everybody, and I keep going back to Joe, man, because everybody gave him a hard time where the problem wasn't him. It was the receivers and the offensive line wasn't doing their job. And as you see it this year, when we finally playing two good teams, you see the exact same quarterback play.
mm-hmm.
That's true.
Identical.
That's true.
Some of the
Yeah, that's a good
overthrows,
point.
some of the decision making, even the last play of the Arkansas game, everybody compared it to him. Because it's identical. That was the read. He had to do that. How they're taught.
Yeah, I mean it's
back to the show again, Jordan.
Yeah, sorry. I had to run a Bammer fan off my yard. But it's one of those things, man. Like we're so close though, and I feel like maybe for a change we see everything come together this weekend. It would be a hell of a time for it to come together because the small things that are wrong are all very fixable. We've talked about it several times. Everything that's wrong with this football team right now is small, and our chicken little portion of the fan base blows everything out of proportion. We're still winning games. We're 5-1. This is a very winnable game for Tennessee. And if everything comes together, this could be one of those games where, everybody's like, okay, I'll shut up now. That's where we're at right now. And if Nico goes out and has himself a ball game, all of this will be a thing of the past until he does it again. So we'll see what ends up happening. It's just, I do think that the defense will get us this one, though. I do. I mean, they're going to have to at some point go out, go take the ball, cause a couple turnovers, put us in good. Give Nico that short field. Even if we end up with 3 off of it, that 3 points will matter. Just ask
We're going to
Florida
need
how
help
much
from the
they would have
defense.
mattered last week. I will say this, though. This is not one of those games where I feel like if we come out and spot them 10 like we did Florida, we're going to recover that easy, because we're not. We can't afford to. Hype needs to come out with this in this game. Pitch that steel ball sack he's got over his shoulder, and let's play some ball from the opening kick. Just do it. What happened to the dude that was 3 weeks ago up 30 on Kent State doing an onside kick? Where's he at? Bring him back. Like, get that man back on the sidelines. You know, it's time to go. We're on the back half of the season. It's time to whatever the issue is, there's people saying he don't trust Nico to throw the ball. Maybe he does, maybe he don't. I don't think it's that. I think it's Nico has not had the time to throw it and go through his reads and find that open receiver. So the problem all starts and it ends up front. And that's where we're at right now. I mean, we paid Lance Hurd a bunch of money too, and nobody's talking about him. Everybody's talking about Nico. So
It's true.
Lance Hurd was supposed to be like the missing piece on that offensive line. Hell, throw Dane back out there. Dane at least knows what he's doing. You know, like, I've heard people talk about Lance Hurd and how even at LSU, if he's got a hangnail, it's like career ending for him, supposedly. I'm not fueling that rumor, whatever, but that's what they say. And from the way it looks, I would almost tend to believe it, you know? Like, this is the week we need that offensive line needs to find that nasty streak. Like, go out there, say something about their mama and kick them in the teeth. Just do it, you know? Talk about their nephew sons or whatever.
Jordan, why don't you say we put a bow on this one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Don't want any more mishaps coming up.
Yeah, it's going too good. What is the give me a final score prediction, boys?
What?
Say 38-30.
Okay. Billy, what you got there, sir?
Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to see what the total on this game is.
Believe
Yeah, that's
it is
usually where I go to, but I dropped the ball, boys.
I believe it is 55.5.
When can we start blaming Morgan Wallen for Keenan's injury?
Let's say
This week.
I'm going to go with 27.
Yeah.
I like it.
Billy wants that defense.
There you go. I like it. I'm going to say this, but I'm going to preface it with this. Did you guys know when Mary Bryant was asked if she could be anyone in the world, who she would pick? She quickly picked General Neyland. When asked why, she said because the Bear never beat the General. That being said, give me the Vols 31-24 in Neyland.
Billy thought you were going to go.
You know.
52-40.
I don't want that many points.
No, I don't know. I don't know that we're capable of putting up 52 right now. Just to be honest with you,
Not right.
I think we are, but not against not against an elite defense.
I don't know. Maybe 38 was high, but I know.
I mean,
That being
That's
said,
my question. This is going to be
Go
my
ahead.
last thing for the night. We start blaming Morgan Wallen for injury to Keelan Philly after that concert.
that's going to happen this week if we lose.
like that.
What about So I've seen a lot of complaints. Changed the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter song to a Morgan Wallen song from Friends in Low Places, and I've just seen people being so happy about it and just trashing Friends in Low Places. Like, Morgan Wallen's okay. There's some of his songs that I like. No, I think we can all admit that he doesn't have a single song that's as good as Friend in Places.
I would probably
one
second
of,
that.
if not
I
the
would
best
second
country
that.
music song of all time. I don't get the hate that Garth Brooks is getting.
But you know why he's getting hate, because that's the only thing this world like is negativity.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, and
I'm going to say this right now.
Or they are convicted.
That's true. That's true. I'm going to tell you, though, part of the Garth Brooks hate, there is a conspiracy theory out there that man is a serial killer and all of his songs are where he's hid bodies. Buck wild. I'm like, no, there ain't no way. Ain't no way.
It'd be kind of cool, though. That'd be pretty elaborate.
It wouldn't it? And then I'm going to also second that with somebody is missing a golden opportunity if they don't jump in this in the comment section on YouTube and say Swan is full of lies, lies, lies. Just saying.
I
But
wouldn't say I'm a liar. I just don't know what I'm talking about.
it's just
half
the way
time.
you talk.
I make shit up.
It's just the way you talk.
There we go. Yep.
But anywho, boys, that being said, we can end it how we always end it with the Go Vols, but I'm gonna go with we don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. Don't give
Win
a
or
damn.
lose. I don't give a shit. Not a single damn will be given.
Best thing coming out of Alabama is I-59. That being said, let's put a bow on it, and we might jump back on here later on this week, talk a little bit more. Swan, if you're open, we'll get you in here. If not, we'll figure something out. But we'll be back one way or another next week to recap. So let's call it a night and go damn Vols.
Go Vols.
Go Vols.